This is not popcorn, it's peanuts. There's a reason why. I have no popcorn around. More news on the Nikon Z8 just came out. Well, not just. It's just for me. I just got back in from having brunch and realized there's an update from Nikon Rumors. 4K 60? No, 8K 60. My apologies. So we're not going to do a typical video. This is just an update to my last video about what I said regarding the Z8 being a video focused camera. I've said this from the beginning that I think that would be the area that Nikon really need to focus this camera on, beating the Canon R5. I know a lot of photographers want this to be some high megapixel camera for shooting landscape and so on. I personally don't agree with that because the Z7 already exists. For most people who are shooting photos, the BSI sensor, backside illuminated, is fine. For us video folks, the stack sensor is what we need. That's that next level technology that can give you better video performance, and Nikon is taking the sensor out of the Z9 and put it in the Z8. And if they are going to allow it to do 8K 60, it trumps everything at this point. Now we know the Canon R5 goes up to 8K 30, 4K 120. The Z9 goes to 4K 120, and both of these are without crop. So the competition is already there. Putting that in a smaller body from the Z6 and Z7, that's not something that I would have expected. Slightly bigger, slightly thicker. You know, if it's the same size, not physically, exactly the same, slightly thicker for better heat dissipation. This camera I'm recording on is slightly thicker, but has a fan in the back of it. It's integrated pretty well in a small form factor. If Nikon does that with the Z8 to help out with the smaller body size, when you record them to 8K, because I'll tell you on this camera, if you record too long in 8K, it will get warm. Actually, sorry, not this camera, the A7R5. This is the FX30. But A7R5, if you record 8K for too long, especially being here in Southeast Asia, it's going to overheat. If you're outside, yeah. When I first got the camera, just messing around with it for a couple of days, and I tried the 8K stuff, it overheated and shut down. Chiang Mai was cooler, so most of the times, doing short video clips and so on, it's fine. As I was at breakfast or brunch, I was also perusing the Nikon Patent, the site that I found those patent information on. And something crossed my mind, and I actually planned on making a video about it separately from what I just found out. There was something in there that alluded to the fact that there is some kind of development when it comes to autofocus. And it's something on sensor that it mentioned. Now, I'm not going to stick any clips in here about that. If you want to see that, because I did drop a whole bunch of those patent information in my video about the patents, so you have to go back in there and look at those. All the stuff that I found, I stuck in that video. If you don't want to go watch the video, check the site. Now, there are a few things I mentioned about what I see there that I think that this camera is going to surpass the Z9. And people's like, no, it can be better than the Z9. Z9 is considered old technology at this point. Why would I use solely Z9 technology in the Z8? It wouldn't make any sense. I've had a couple of years to develop some stuff since the Z6 II came out. The Z9 came out after that, and Nikon is not going to sit back and go, oh yeah, let's see how the sales go, and then, we'll work on something else. That's not how it works. They're continuously innovating, which means that there is something that's coming inside the Z8 that's going to be better than the Z9. I speculate it'll be a better processor as well as a better sensor whatever sensor setup they're going to have is going to improve the autofocus. For me personally, now that I'm thinking about what's going on, if it's in a Z6 size body, I think I'd like it. I want it to be a little bit bigger, like a chopped off Z9 body camera with like a bigger battery. As a person who's traveling, it's probably not the best thing for me, but I'm a Nikon guy. I like the Nikon, and if Nikon can give us all these things, it'll be great. Long-term recording, fantastic. Read an article by F-Stoppers that they did a mini film promotional type thing, and they had to use 13Z9 for this because they trusted that this camera was not going to overheat during the process. They could let it run, the autofocus is going to do its thing, and they don't have to worry about it. It's not like you have 13 people manning these cameras, they don't. But they needed something that could run for a long period of time while recording video. Autofocus is working very well, and you just know they don't have to monitor it. So yes, content creators are realizing the capabilities of this camera, and we at the low level, mid-tier to low level, want something like that that we can trust. Nikon has built solid cameras over the years. Solid. People call them a tank. I fell with my D200 and never had it got damaged. You know, I said when I used to shoot photos a lot more, I always had a battery grip. When I went to D300, I bought the EL4. Basically, that battery lasts me all day and then some. I would carry around the extra battery for the D200 if I need to slap it inside or I need to charge it, but never had an issue. One of the reasons why I wanted a bigger battery inside the Z8. But again, we still don't know what's going to come. But seeing these extra specs, or rumored specs, is just giving me hope that we can get something that's more video focused. USB power delivery for continuous use. Dude, if it can shoot 4K 60 and it can shoot, sorry, I keep saying 4K, 8K 60, and it can shoot it up to an hour, 2 hours, like they've done in the Z9. Yeah, I kept saying, I said yesterday, new processor, less each generation. Now you have a smaller body with the Z9 processor, and if it can run the same time frame as the Z9 or even better, the smaller body. Come on, guys. Even if they put a fan on it, if they keep it as low profile as it is on this FX30, it'll be a winner for sure. I'd love to see what comes out. I'm really like getting excited every time I see one of these things. I should be recording videos about my trips and what I'm doing. Actually, I have recorded some stuff, but I haven't got around to editing because I can do this so much faster, talk about stuff and throw it out there. But guys, let me know what you think. If you are into the video stuff and you want to see this camera come out, Z6, Z7 size as mentioned, and have a fan or no fan, but 8K 60, long run time, I'm assuming long run time, the fact that they're going to allow you to plug a battery pack in it and utilize it when it's when you're recording. Oh yes, I am looking forward to this video camera. And if it's like a cinema focus with log recording or NRAW, whatever they have inside there, that's gonna keep up to the big guys, Canon and Sony. Yeah, I think we got our camera. Yeah, something else that's mentioned here. External battery grip will be available. What I would not like them to do is like they've done with the Z6 and Z7, where you have that little piece of a stick inside the camera body. I want them to do like the D500 and have contacts on the bottom of the camera so you can keep a battery inside the camera, use the grip, and then have that similar size, what is it now, EL18, CD, whatever the new version is, that you can put that inside the body if you want to. Again, for me, traveling light, it's not something that I would really want, because walking around the street, it can be lighter. But if I'm going to be doing like a documentary or something, if I want to shoot in one of these places that I go to and I'm outdoors for a long period of time, it helps to be able to shoot and not have to switch out batteries. So that's a plus. 9 megapixel EVF. That's fantastic. That's really good. I think this camera is really going for the video focus stuff. I'm really, every time I see one of these things, it's like you go to sleep, you get up, there's some new news. So, all right, I've covered everything that they've mentioned here and talk about some of the things that I was going to talk about in the new video I was going to make, so I'm probably not going to make that video because I covered that. Again, the patent stuff, check the old video, check the website, look on that. I'm thinking processor, new type of phase detect and contrast detect, autofocus system based upon the patents. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great camera. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? And I'll see you guys in the next one.